I'm so angry at myself. I got to the pharmacy only to figure out that I had forgotten my credit card. So, FML. Hey y'all, so this is gonna be my 1 month update on taking the prescription drug Orilissa for my endometriosis. So I just went and refilled my prescription, and I've been on this medication now for 29 days. Today's the 29th day. And so I wanted to kind of share my thoughts and my reflections. This drug is really new to the market. I think it was actually released this year in 2018. I thought I would share what I've been through. This by no means means that you will go through the same thing, but I want to share kind of my experiences and why I started taking it. So if you're interested, stay tuned. Don't forget to click subscribe and like this video. So I found out that I most likely, but we're not 100% sure because I haven't had a laparoscopy yet, that I have endometriosis about 4 months ago now. And when I initially found out, I was going to treat with holistic remedies such as acupuncture and Chinese herbs. And after about 2 months of doing that, it wasn't really working very well for me. And I contacted my doctor and said I was still experiencing a lot of pain, especially a lot of pain with ovulation and with menstruation, to the point where it was pretty much keeping me bedridden. So she recommended that I take progesterone, and so I did that. And actually, I think my most recent video, I was taking progesterone in that about a month ago, and I had really bad side effects with that. I was really bloated all the time. I was crying all the time, really emotional, and it just really wasn't working for me because it still wasn't controlling my pains. And so I called my doctor back after about a month of being on the progesterone and said, look, this is really not working for me. Is there anything else I can do? And she let me know that this drug Orilissa had just come out on the market, and it was kind of just coming out of trial periods and had some pretty intense side effects, but I could try it if I wanted to. And so I was really eager to try this because I just didn't feel like I could deal with being on the progesterone anymore, because I did have so many negative side effects from it. It was really wearing me out. The next thing that I had to go through was getting my insurance to cover the drug, because it is so new to the market. They didn't recognize it. They didn't really have it in their system and know whether or not they could cover it. So initially they said no, and so I called my insurance company. I talked to someone on the phone, and they said that I needed to have paperwork sent to my doctor, that she would say why I needed the drug, and then they could review it and then say yes or no, Greer can have it or she can't have it or whatever, and go from there. And so I did that, and while I was doing that, just in case the insurance fell through, I also had my doctor apply for this program for me, called, I think it's My Ori. I'll also link that down below. And so basically that's just getting the company that actually made this drug to give it to me kind of for free. I'm not exactly positive how it works. And that was gonna take about 2 to 3 weeks, but we wanted to be pursuing both at the same time just in case, so I could start the drug as soon as possible. And so when I went to my insurance company, it took them a little bit. It took them about a week, and they came back and they said that they would cover the medication for me. I also ended up hearing back from the My Ori folks, and they said that they would cover it, but I had already gotten my insurance to cover it, so I didn't need them to. But I'm just putting that out there for people who maybe don't have insurance to cover the medication for them. You could try going that route, and maybe that would work for you. So then I went to go and pick it up, and I actually just got it yesterday too, so I thought I would show the box. It comes in an absolutely unnecessary amount of packaging. I have so many feelings about it, but this is not a rant about the packaging. This is about how I've been on this medication. So it comes in these, like, I call them like little pallets. So there's 4 of them, each have 7 days worth of pills for 28 days. And then you open this up, and it's almost like birth control, where you punch the medication out and you take 1 pill per day. And so she put me on the 150 milligram dose once a day. There's also, I believe it's a 200 milligram dose twice a day. Don't quote me on that. I'll link the drug's website down below so you can look at that. Like I said, I started a month ago, and at first I was having really intense bloating, and I think that might actually have been left over from the progesterone. The bloating was so intense that I actually looked like I was pregnant. It was so bad I like couldn't wear my normal pants. I couldn't even get my normal pants on. So I was just wearing only leggings, which I kind of still am to this day because it's comfortable, so don't judge me. So yeah, so I was really bloated at first, and that was kind of the main symptom I felt for the first 3 or 4 days. Then the bloating kind of started to dissipate, and what came on next was the hot flashes. I guess that they say at the 150 milligram dose, which is what I said I'm on, and like I said, there's also the higher dose, so I'm on the lower one. And they say about 40% of people, I think that's right, sorry if it's not, about 40% of people experience hot flashes and night sweats. And so at night, I definitely was having some pretty intense hot flashes. They've calmed down a little bit as time has gone on, but in that second week, I was like waking up in pools of sweat, just totally, like it felt like my body was on fire from the inside out. And I do have hot flashes during the day sometimes. It's definitely more frequent at night. And towards the beginning, I was taking the medication at night because I felt as though it would be more routine to every night before bed. I almost am always in bed at the same time. And so I figured, okay, let's do the medication at night so I can keep it consistent. But then I think that taking it at night was making the hot flashes worse at night and more noticeable, to the point where it was actually waking me up and I was having trouble sleeping. And so then I started taking it at lunchtime, and now I'll have some hot flashes during the day a little bit, but when I'm up and moving around, I don't seem to notice them as much as when I'm trying to relax my body and go to sleep. So that has been kind of how I've dealt with the hot flashes. Moving to the next symptom that I've really been dealing with, I have been having a lot of trouble sleeping at night. I don't know if the trouble sleeping is coming from stress or other things, so I'm kind of trying to work that out and do more self-care stuff before I go to sleep. But I have definitely noticed a huge difference in my sleeping pattern. When I was on the progesterone, I was sleeping constantly. I felt like I needed a nap during the day, and I also needed to sleep for like 8 to 10 hours a night. And now if I sleep for 6 hours, that's pretty good. I mean, I'm just like up at like 3 a.m. I'm going pee, I'm walking around. I just don't feel like I'm getting that great of sleep. And I also feel like I wake up from hot flashes a lot, and then I'm kind of uncomfortable and have trouble going back to sleep. And I've always been kind of a light sleeper. So I don't know if it's hot flashes that are waking me up or the urge to pee or what's going on. And then the other symptom that I've been dealing with, and this isn't a pretty one, and I guess it's not that common, but it's constipation. And I know for sure this is a symptom of this drug because I have not changed my diet. I eat a really high fiber diet. I eat a ton of vegetables and fruits and beans and lentils and seeds and whatever. And for the first time literally in my life, I got constipated. I've always been the type of person that like has no trouble pooping, like quite the opposite. And so there was like 2 days where I didn't go at all, and it was, I think, one of the worst things that I've ever experienced. I did not enjoy that. I am definitely going at my treatment really aggressively right now. I plan to do a whole video update on what I'm doing to treat my endometriosis, and share that with everyone. But I'm definitely throwing a lot of things at my body right now in hopes to suppress my symptoms. And so bearing that in mind, it definitely can have an effect on my body and multiple different effects on my body. And it's hard to kind of look at what's helping and maybe what's hurting me or what's not making me feel so great. But I can say that I have seen improvement over the last month with this medication, and I'm gonna take it for 6 months total, and then get surgery as well. And I'm hoping that I will see a dramatic improvement in my life and in the pain that I'm experiencing. So we will see. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you have any questions, feel free to post them in the comment section below. Like I said, I'm gonna leave some links down below about different endometriosis things. I will also link a couple books that I have found really helpful in reading about endometriosis and treating my endometriosis down below, so you can kind of read and consider those for yourself. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.